Good day all, welcome to Orbit Farm. Well, we are finally finished. The cage is finished. As you can see, we have already weaned. Today is the first day of us weaning this group that you can see that is that is here at the bottom. So we have got a few mixed breeds here, and then we have got the mix between the New Zealand white and the California white. So these are the mix of the two breeds that we have in here. So this is the first day we have finished this. We actually finished this today. The last thing that was just left for us to put in today was the piping. As you can see, this piping was done today. We could not find the blue. It was very disappointing that I could not find the blue anymore, so we ended up having to put in the white, the clear one, the clear pipes that we have here. So I'm not really happy with the color, but hey, it does what it needs to do. At the end of the day, the rabbits need to drink water. So this is now the group of all the males that we have. As you can now see, within the group we now have a chinchilla, and as you can see, we've already started mating the ones that need to be mated. This is the next group that we need to mate. So what we do is that we've put them in today, and we're going to remove them later on today, just before the evening. We'll remove them, and then tomorrow again we'll put them back at least for 3 consecutive days just to get them mated. So as you can see, we put the New Zealand and the Californians into one group. These ones will be mated by themselves. At the present moment, the cinnamon one, this buck is still very, very young. I tried to give it, and we could see that it was just not doing absolutely anything. And then we have got the chinchilla with the Dutch, because we don't have a chinchilla male. That is one breed that we don't have the male, because sooner or later I want to get rid of the chinchilla and the Dutch. I don't think it's a breed that I'll be keeping for that. And then the New Zealand black, I'm just going to see for now. For now we are keeping it until further notice, until we are sure that we want to keep it or we want to go in a different direction. Then we will come back to that. But as you can see, these ones are extremely active, but at the present moment they're very high consumers of food. They always want to have food as much as possible, but also we've got to limit, because that's when bloating starts, especially if you continuously keep on giving them feed. And then we have these ones which are doing well by themselves. So what we have then done is that this section now only becomes for the breeding rabbits. As you can see, now we have got a few which these ones are still in about 1 month old, so they will stay with their mothers for another 1 more month before we wean them. And then as you can see, this group, almost we're giving them another 2 more weeks, and then they should be all coming off their mothers, and in the next 2 weeks time they will all be weaned, these groups. So we've got that group that is there that needs to be weaned. There is this group also which is almost ready to be weaned, which will be joining the other group. And then we have weaned off them. And then the ones that are left in here, this one we are expecting anytime soon, that one in the corner anytime soon, and this one we are expecting at the end of this month. So what we will then do is that we will now then be putting the records according to when we expect them to be ready, or when we expect them to be giving birth. So what will happen is that you move from the top to the bottom when you've given birth, and then that's just how we'll just do vice versa. So this 10 cage is the 10 cage that we're now leaving for our breeders. At the present moment we need altogether about 14, so the other 4 will come from these top 4. At the present there is nothing in this top 4, because the 4 that are supposed to be up here are the ones which are at the mating side. So therefore those 4, once we have moved them from there, they will come back into these cages, and we're expecting this one anytime soon. We're just hoping for any time, because it just shows signs of being pregnant, but hey, it's not giving birth. We had been expecting it now for almost another 2 weeks ago. We were expecting it, but it has not yet given birth. So we just keep on looking at it, monitoring it, and seeing where we are with it. Then we have got the cinnamon females, which are these young ones. These ones are still very farm, so present moment is just constantly feeding them until they get to the size that we want before we start mating them. So what we've just done now is just taking out the male. The male is the one that now is staying by itself, and that is where we are with these breeds. So the breeds that I really think I'll be really concentrating on will be the New Zealand white, the California white, together with the cinnamon, and we will see how far we go with the chinchilla, and we will be looking at this as we go along and trying to see which is the best way of keeping of what we want to do. But as I said, this was all a learning curve. We have learned quite a few things, and we have learned what we need to do next and how best we need to go through the procedure and process of what we need to do. As I say, we were never going to learn overnight, and getting to a big number within a short space of time would have probably damaged us. But at the present moment, I am really happy and that I am learning as we are going along. The numbers that we have are not very prohibitive. They are not things that we are struggling to do. We are able to do them with absolutely no problem and without any challenges that a normal person would face. But as I said, we have now got the watering system in place. This is the watering system. It is in place. We have the tank of water in here. The water comes through these pipes and into all these nipples. So we just at the present moment also adjusting because the rabbits are pushing the nipples too much, and sometimes they're leaving them open whereby they end up losing water. So we just keep on adjusting the nipples until they get to a point whereby they will not be pouring out any water. And so I think this is where we are with this project. We are learning. I can't say we have expanded because this cages is actually the expansion drive that we did. Now we have got 3 cages, and the 3 cages we are happy with how we wanted to set up. As I said, we wanted 5 males, the 5 bucks. Those are the 5 bucks which are at the top there. That's our breeders. Then here at the bottom here, these are the ones that are weaned off. These are the growers, which will be this side. So once they come from there, and someone either you buy them at that stage, which we'll be selling them at this stage, and then we'll then move on to selling them at this stage whereby they are now more ready for breeding. So we will then be going through that process. So what will normally happen is probably from that breed I'll probably take 2 and I'll keep those so that we get to the number that we want of breeders from also our own batch that we want. But most likely to just be probably 2 females that I'll be taking from that side. So as I said, because this is a cross between a California white and a New Zealand white. These are the breeds. This is the crosses that we have there. From here we now be trying to get another cross between New Zealand, because our bucks are all New Zealand whites. We don't the mothers were all California whites. So we will now be breeding that and probably looking for another person who's got another at buck, which is another California New Zealand. So as I said, this is learning in progress, and all these genetic things, you start learning them slowly until you get to a point whereby you have learned quite a bit and you are understanding them. So these ones, as we said, right now all the ones at the bottom are the ones which we're expecting to be giving birth anytime soon. The ones at the top, not anytime soon, but probably next month or later on this month. But these ones are the ones that we've just given to bucks in the past few days. So we are not expecting them to give any birth anytime soon. Well, I hope this has been informative. I hope it has sparked some ideas in others. And to those who have not subscribed, please subscribe. To those who like the channel, please like and comment. Until next time, have a good day.